Wow, it looks like some 154 action. Jeison Rosario is gonna fight Erickson Lubin, according to reports, in June on Showtime. That's crack. We gonna talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, y'all know what to do. Also sign up for TUBEBUDDY. Use my link to sign up for TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension, and I've been using TUBEBUDDY for years. Started off with 0 subscribers, scaled the channel all the way up to over 200,000, and we still working, we still grinding. Y'all know what it is. Make sure you click the link and get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY can help take your channel to the next level. I know I use it daily for videos like this. Now, reports came out that Jeison Rosario, former champion, short-lived champion, he's going to be fighting Erickson Lubin in June. This is an amazing summertime fight, and it would be held obviously at 154, where both guys compete. Now, this is, for lack of a better word, a do or die fight. Meaning, both guys, whoever loses this fight is still going to have a career, but no one's going to want to lose this fight because there's big implications for the winner. Be it Erickson Lubin, who's a talented young southpaw, or Jeison Rosario from the DR. Now, Erickson Lubin has never been a champion as of yet. Those plans were thwarted when he had a title shot against Jermell Charlo, and he was brutally knocked out in the first round. Since that point, he's had to build his career back up, and he's done so, and he's done it nicely. He's got some stoppages, some good performances, a win over Terrell Goucher, who just got a nice little knockout on the PBC card. So, it shows you that Erickson Lubin, he was young, got caught. It's boxing. That happens. Now, another thing that I gotta mention, since we're on the subject of Jermell Charlo, I've been heavy on this on my page because I believe in certain things and I stand up for what I believe in. There's a lot of cowards and mice in this boxing game who they don't use their voice for anything good, and it really makes me question if they even care about the growth of the sport of boxing. Me personally, all I know is I do, and I'm willing to show and prove that by my actions. So I've made several videos. If you guys have been a fan of my channel, you'll know which videos I'm talking about, where I was giving Jermell Charlo his flowers while he is here, while he's still an active fighter. He's not retired, anything like that. He doesn't have a loss to, he hasn't lost his belts or whatever outside of the Tony Harrison, which was controversial. You guys get what I'm saying. And that's basically just stipulating that he's a good fighter. I think that Jermell Charlo should absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, be on everybody's pound for pound top list. What is the point of a pound for pound list if you can have a guy like Jermell Charlo amass the record that he's amassed, the wins, the knockouts, taking care of mandatories, handling business, looking sharp in fights, emphatic victories, crazy knockouts, entertainment in and out of the ring. He's producing his own shows, ringside with the Lions, H-Town, Lions only, yeah. I mean, you got to put him on the list. And if you don't, I really just, some things are, it's like having a hip hop list and you don't include certain rappers. I'm already like, I come from hip hop. So when I hear certain people do a top 10 list or something like that, and you don't include certain rappers and you have other people on your list, it already makes me look at you different. You don't have Tupac, you don't have Biggie on your list. You know what I mean? Nobody like Jay-Z and Nas. Like, it already makes me question, especially you better have a hell of a solid list if you're removing them guys and, filling those spots with a lot of other names. And that's how I look in the world of boxing. How do you have a top 10 pound for pound list and you got Chocolatito on there and Triple G, who look horrible in the Derevyanchenko fight, really should have lost the fight. I thought he lost to Jacobs. Canelo beat him, things like that. And you don't have Jermell Charlo, and he got the Ring magazine belt that everybody loves so much. He takes on all comers and challengers. Again, look at this situation in the video that you guys are tuned in for. You have a great fight, and for lack of better words, is with Jermell Charlo's leftovers. Put that into your mind. Jermell Charlo is beasting so much in his career, his leftovers can fight each other for no belt, and the pulse of the fight, people looking at the fight, they're like, man, that's a hell of a fight. That's a great fight. And these are guys that not only did Jermell Charlo have a victory over, he has a victory over by stoppage. So the man stopped both Jeison Rosario, and he stopped, that fight was a bit harder, and he stopped Erickson Lubin in one round. Now they're about to come, everything comes full circle. Jermell Charlo still in his winning ways, just stopped Rosario, and it's still a great fight for Erickson Lubin. And it's a difficult fight. Some people are picking Rosario still. Jermell is Jermell. He beat him, but it was a dangerous fight. You had a relentless Rosario, good poker face. He's big as hell. And, if it weren't for Jermell's skill set and his experience and his boxing and brawling and power, and his abilities, that fight could have looked different. You've seen what happened in the J-Rock fight. So I'm really elated and ecstatic. This is probably one of the most hype I've been for like upcoming fight announcements in recent memory. 2021 kind of started off slow. I really rate Erickson Lubin. I mean, how could you not? He's still a top 10 guy. And same thing with Jeison Rosario. Even though Jermell Charlo beat both of them by stoppage, they're still top-rated guys, and they're clawing their way back up to the top. But I had to make a detour in this video so y'all can put respect on Jermell's name. It just goes to show you the type of work that he's putting in. He put in the type of work where he can beat somebody, stop both of the guys, then they can later fight each other, and it's still considered a hell of a fight. That's a marquee fight for Showtime. So I like it. As far as the fight, you got Erickson Lubin. He's with Kevin Cunningham, I believe. He's a crafty southpaw. He has power. He has some slickness to his style. He already tasted defeat and had the L with Jermell Charlo, but he's been looking solid since then. He did get hurt in the Terrell Goucher fight, but it's boxing. He pulled it out and that kind of thing. Jeison Rosario, very mean style. He's been stopped before. He just is coming off a stop. His stoppage was crazy too, because Jermell timed it and punched him in the abdomen, and it looked like he was having a baby on the mat. He was convulsing. So I hope he's all right. He's had a decent amount of time to recover. With the pandemic, there's only but so much a lot of people can do. And it's just a great fight. This is a great fight for Showtime for their lineup. I can't wait for the unveiling of the other fights, especially if they got fights like Jaron Boots Ennis versus Sergey Lipinets next week. Rolly's coming back. You have two guys that tried the Jermell Charlo level and then came up short. One was a unification with Rosario. The other was just a title shot and a mandatory with Erickson Lubin. And they came up short. Let's see how they do with each other. I really don't know who's going to win that fight. A lot of people are asking me and tagging me and stuff like that. Erickson Lubin, Jeison Rosario, you can make a good case for both. Rosario, he took some lumps in that Charlo fight, but then, so did Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin's, his demise was a little bit quicker because he just, he got clipped. It looked like Mike Tyson versus Michael Spinks, and it was like a uppercut, just put him out there. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to the fight. Let me know what you guys think. It's a great fight. Hopefully they, get it smooth sailing and announce the fight relatively soon. I'm amped up for this one. 154 is lit. And a lot of people who hate on Al Heyman and hate on PBC, what do they got to say about this? 154, these guys are all fighting each other. The necessary fight, same thing with 147. You can't name a PBC division that's stacked like 147 and 154 where the guys aren't fighting each other. 147, Danny Garcia, he's fought Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fought Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. Sean Porter fought Errol Spence, Adrian Broner, Andre Berto, Adrian Granados, Danny, Keith. Every division that's popping, they all fighting each other. But people say that PBC is holding out and, doesn't want to make fights. Just a bunch of cap. Let's get it. Shout out to Jermell, Charlo. Shout out to Erickson, Lubin, Rosario. Can't wait. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.